Hi Chavi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. So Kriti, I am basically Chavi Agarwal. That's my name. I'm a full-time blogger. I am a part-time freelancer, and I'm also a YouTuber and an online business coach. When I say an online business coach, I generally help people out with freelancing and blogging, not as much the other kinds of online businesses yet. To cut my story short, because it's going to get too long if I'm going to go on and on about it, I graduated from a national law university. I worked with Thomson Reuters for over 2 years as a contract attorney, but I quit my job to start freelancing and I have never looked back. So from freelancing, I became a blogger. Then I started my YouTube channel, and then I recently launched my program called the Profit Plan, and I'm now venturing into blog coaching. So that's a little bit about me.
That's wonderful. So let's begin with the questions itself. How should we look at freelancing when it comes to a college student? Should one prioritize studies over freelancing or vice versa? Like recently, there was a phrase like it's silly to choose freelancing career over cracking Harvard University.
Okay, I just have one thing to say about this. I know a lot of people who graduated from Harvard. I know a lot of people who graduated from Yale. There was a point in time in my college when I wanted to go to Harvard and apply to Harvard. All of that has happened. Let me tell you one thing: academics, gold medals, and scores aren't the only thing that is going to get you into a college like Harvard or any Ivy League for that matter. So whenever an Indian student applies to something like, Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, all of their scores are amazing because we Indians are great at studying and great at getting marks and, great at getting all of those amazing academic scores. That's not the only thing, however, that is going to get you into any of these colleges. Freelancing is an opportunity for you. Actually, any kind of online business is an opportunity for you to showcase your entrepreneur side of yourself. It's like an extracurricular activity. It adds onto your resume. It adds onto your CV. I won't say that you should prioritize freelancing or any kind of online business that you're taking up over your studies, but there needs to be a balance. You need to know when you need to let go of one thing for the other. When, if for example, if you're having an exam, you are obviously not going to have to hopefully you're not dealing with a client at that point in time. You have to structure everything that way. In my opinion, freelancing, blogging, everything is a great opportunity for any college student to add on stuff to their resume and to be able to apply to a very good college outside of India, because it showcases a lot of things about yourself, like time management, entrepreneurship, the ability to start things out. It's like an amazing thing that you can do with your college. I really, really wish that somebody told me when I was in college, and I would have really started all of this while I was in college, but well, whatever.
Very well said. We can actually add freelancing as a career to our resume and it will definitely help.
Yes.
What do you think is the reason for people to drop off their 9 to 5 and talk about freelancing? Also, do you think the hype about this shift has negatively affected teenagers?
I think why people are shifting towards shifting towards freelancing is probably because of flexibility and the opportunities. You can, earn as much as you were earning in your full-time job, or even more, if not less. Gives you a lot of flexibility. You can choose the people you work with. You can choose the kind of work you want to do. You can travel and work. There's a lot of things, a lot of flexibility, a lot of stuff that comes along when you're doing freelancing. So I think that is why probably people are shifting towards freelancing. That was one of the reasons I wanted to shift towards freelancing, was because I was so tired of working 12 to 14 hours in my office. And I really thought that I was underpaid because I was working 14 hours each and every day for like 5 days a week. I was paid well, but the amount of time and the effort that I was putting in my job was a little bit too much, I think. And I was not able to get any time for my hobbies, for traveling, for my relationships, for my parents, nothing, right? And this is not the kind of life that anyone wants to live. After some time in your, even if you have a very great job, after a while you will understand that you're making money, but you don't have the time to utilize that money or to be happy with the other things in your life. I mean, money is not the right only thing, right? So I think that is what is forcing people or maybe to rethink about their 9 to 5 options and start freelancing. I don't think it has negatively affected teenagers in general, but what might have affected negatively is the glamorization of freelancing. Sitting on the beach and working, maybe, keep on traveling and working, you can do a lot of things. While all of this is true and you can do it, I don't think anybody sits on the sand on a beach and works is just for the photos. The sand will get into your laptop. There's a lot of crap that happens on the beach and not working on it. A lot of teenagers I have talked to over the past few months think freelancing is an easy way out, as compared to a 9 to 5, which is very wrong. It takes a lot more effort, actually. 9 to 5 is comparatively much easier than starting out a freelancing business, because in freelancing, you are your own boss. You are managing taxes, marketing, deliverables, client communication. You're doing everything. While you are in 9 to 5, you have just teeny tiny part that you're handling. So it is comparatively easy. So I think that is the only thing. I think a lot of social media and a lot of influencers who talk about how easy it is to start freelancing and how fun it is to start freelancing, or how you can travel from the day one. All that can happen later on in your life when you're settled, but right away it's not going to happen. So I think that is the teeny tiny part probably that is negative in my opinion, but other than that I don't think so.
Absolutely. This is so true that freelancing is not as easy, which people are making it
No.
out on social media. Yeah. So the next question is, where and how can one get high paying clients from as a freelancer?
So this is a question that I get a lot from my students as well. So the one thing that I always tell them is you can get a high paying client anywhere and everywhere. Um, Even a cup of coffee with somebody is an opportunity for you to land a client. And I know that people have landed a client like that inside my academy. So keep your eyes open, start having conversations, start talking about what you do. Somehow, very nicely, I wouldn't say it in a salesy or in a pitchy manner, but somehow start talking about what you do, because it's very important as a freelancer to communicate what you are doing, to talk to more people and get the word out. Because you're working online, it's very difficult for people to actually find you, right? So you have to create an online presence as well as an offline presence. So utilize each and every ground that you have, your friends, your relatives, your entire network, and social media. Of course, a lot will depend upon what kind of services you're providing and what kind of target audience you have. So depending upon that, you can always pick up the kind of social media that works for you, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, or directly reaching out to clients. All of that works, but you have to sort of like stick to it and be consistent with it. So I have had people coming to me telling me that cold emailing does not work for them. When I ask them how many cold emails they send out, they say 8. And then I was like, you're expecting a little bit too much. You know, Converting cold leads into warm leads is kind of a difficult task. 8 is not going to cut it out. You have to be consistent, keep sending out pitches. It eventually works out, but consistency is what will actually get you high paying clients in the long run.
That's true. Consistency is the key, and you need to be, dedicated with what you are doing.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, what are the roles and responsibilities that come under virtual assistants, and what, according to you, should one charge for it?
Okay, so virtual assistance is something as generic as saying I'm a freelancer. So you are not going to understand what exactly a virtual assistant or a freelancer is going to do unless they tell you what kind of services they're offering, right? So everything and anything can come under this umbrella term, which is virtual assistant. So you can write, you can copyright, you can be an affiliate manager, you can be a social media marketer, you can run ads, you can help with YouTube, you can help with WordPress, you can help bloggers. There are like more than 200, 300, probably any service that you have in mind can be, can come under, and you can serve that as a virtual assistant. That's the scope of virtual assistant. So, it's not like I'm a virtual assistant is anything different than I'm a freelancer. You still have to define the kind of services that you're providing to your client. What you should be charging, again, is a question that will be dependent on what kind of services you're providing. But if you are starting out and you have kind of don't have any experience and you are starting out with something as basic as maybe, let's say, a little bit of admin tasks, email management, calendar management, and all of that, a little bit of writing probably, you can very well start at like $10 to $12 an hour, and increase your rates from there. It will also depend upon the kind of services that you're providing. Like I said, I know freelancers, I know virtual assistants who charge upwards of $100 an hour, because that's the kind of skill that they bring to the table. Something like high level copywriting, sales page copywriting, direct copywriting, running ads for Facebook, running ads for Instagram, and all of that, creating email funnels. Those are some of the high paying services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. But again, it takes a lot of time and experience for you to reach to a point where you are very confident about the skills that you're offering, and you need to keep upskilling yourself. So a lot will depend upon what you are going to do as a freelancer.
That's absolutely correct. It is going to be customized according to your services and according to your particular project. Absolutely. So, what are domains and fields can come under freelancing? Should we pick one niche, or we can go ahead with more as well?
So there are two school of thoughts. You can choose actually either one of them. What I generally suggest people to do is to pick a niche. Always and always, because you can be laser focused with a lot of efforts that you're making. So if you are going to start out saying that I'm going to be, let's say, a virtual assistant, but I don't know what services I'm going to provide, that means you have no idea what you need to learn. You have no idea who you are going to be helping, and you have no idea what kind of jobs or what kind of clients you're actually looking for, because you're all over the place. You have no idea what kind of services you are providing. You have no niche. Causes a lot of confusion, and a lot of confusion leads to no progress, which is a problem if you are starting out. So what I always recommend is to pick up a niche, even if it is an extremely simple niche. If you just want to write, let's just pick up content writing, start there, and pick up something very specific. Like, if you're if you're writing content, you can pick up something like technology, lifestyle, parenting, health and fitness, nutrition, etc. Stick to that one niche for some time. You are not marrying that niche. You can always change that later on. But initially, when you are starting out, start with one, so that you know that if I am writing on nutrition, these are the kind of people I can reach out to. This is the kind of content I need to create on social media. These are the kind of email pitches that I need to send out. This is the kind of stuff that I should have in my portfolio. All of that gives you a lot of clarity. So that is the only reason why I believe that it is extremely beneficial to have a niche in the beginning. But again, if you cannot figure out what you need to do, then I recommend that you start out as a virtual assistant who can help with anything and everything. You have to charge low for this initially, because it is something that millions of people are doing online, and it can become a little difficult to start off as well. But over time, once you start working as a general virtual assistant, you will figure out what you are like, what you're good at, what you like to do, and all of that, and you can then pick up your niche. But if I have to pick one of them, I would say just pick a niche. It's going to be a lot easier for everybody.
Absolutely. Picking a niche, and if you specialize in that, if you focus on that particular
Yes.
niche, it really helps. Okay. Recently, you have also shifted your niche to a blog coach. And what helped you identify this, and how do you plan to move ahead with it?
So it was always on the plan. I have been blogging for over 4 years. I did call myself an online business coach, and I was helping out a lot of people on the side with their YouTube, with their blogs, with their freelancing careers, with their virtual assistant careers, and all of that. I just needed a more specific kind of branding for my Instagram, is why I changed it to a freelancing and a blogging coach, because those are the two things that are very close to my heart. Those are the two things that allowed me a very flexible lifestyle, a very amazing lifestyle, actually, where I can go when I want. If I don't want to work, I don't work, that kind of stuff. And those are the two things that I really want to help people out with. Also, because I know a lot of people, a lot of stay at home moms, a lot of work at home moms who generally don't have the time to be actively involved in creating a side hustle, because freelancing does take that does need that you have a client, you have to communicate with them, you have a delivery date, you have to work, you have to deliver on that date, and all of that happens. Blogging does not have all of that. Blogging is more of a self-starting thing, where you start out today. If you want to work tomorrow morning at 3 a.m., you can do that. If you don't want to work tomorrow at all, you don't have to work, you don't have deadlines and all of that. So I wanted to help both sections of the people that are uh, who are there on my list or who are there on my Instagram and all of that. A lot of people reached out to me, and I wanted to help them out with both an entirely passive income source like blogging and an active income source like freelancing. So, and also because I love both of them. So yeah, that was always the plan.
Okay, I am really glad that you practice it actually, and I'm really happy to listen to your story. Okay, so how do you present yourself and your services in a way that clients are actually interested?
So first thing is be confident. That is something that most of us are missing when we have a conversation with clients. So we are more like, you are the client, I'll let you lead the conversation, or you are the client, you tell me stuff. That's not how it should be ideally working. When you get on a discovery call, you should take the lead in the conversation, because after all, you are the one who owns a business as well. So it's sort of a business to business transaction, right? And it should feel like that. So you should lead that conversation, you should ask questions, get all the details that you need to do. And then when you are sending out the proposal, when you are presenting your services, you should tell them exactly what they get, how they get, what kind of packages you have, what they get inside each of the packages, what are your payment terms, how do you work, that you will be sending out a contract. The contract will have blah, blah, blah terms. And how you are going to, like, if they sign a contract, then how it's going to work moving forward. These are some of the things that most freelancers miss. And this is the kind of stuff that you need to have to showcase that you're a professional freelancer, so people are ready to pay you a little bit more than you are expecting to be paid, actually. So if you want to have clients that are high paying, you need to have processes that impresses them and gives them an experience they can't forget. So it's not just about the deliverables. It's also about the entire experience that you're providing them. It's like something you need to learn from Apple. It's just not the
Yeah,
product, it's the entire experience that they give you on their platform, with their products, with their packaging, everything that comes in an Apple store. That kind of experience, which stays in the head, is what will get you high paying clients. And it'll also help you retain your clients. So, yeah.
actually, it is well said that a brand is actually defined by the customer's experience.
Yes.
Totally agree. How would you advise to grow as a beginner YouTuber?
So YouTube is something I've not really researched a lot into. I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I do enjoy creating YouTube videos, and there are a few things that I can definitely tell you that works on YouTube, is to keep an eye on what your channel is doing well for. So you have a particular kind of audience, a particular kind of topic will get your audience interested. You need to keep an eye on it. What is ranking, what your audience is liking, and create more of that kind of content. So that is one thing that will always help you. And the second thing is, whether it is blogging or YouTubing, learn search engine optimization. These platforms work on SEO. There is no other way to get yourself in front of more eyes. Uh, you know, the only way actually is to get, the only passive way, hands-free way, where you don't have to like keep promoting on, cross promoting on other social media channels and to grow your YouTube channel, is to rank your videos. And that can happen only through SEO. So the one thing that I would ask any beginner YouTuber is to focus and learn how to do this for the YouTube platform.
Actually, SEO is the basic
Yes.
necessity for any YouTube channel or even blogs as well.
Yes.
Okay. So, what advice would you like to give to people watching if they're stuck in freelancing or even talking about YouTubing?
If you're stuck, then of course there's something that you're doing wrong, right? So it's always good to have a third person, help you out. A lot of times we are so involved in our own businesses, in our own work, that we don't see what's wrong or what we are missing. The two things that would advise you is to first look at other people who are doing well and see what you are not incorporating in your own business. So let's say if you were a YouTuber, you need to see what kind of thumbnails work, what kind of videos work, what kind of topics are working, and maybe tweak your content strategy and your design strategy accordingly. If you were a freelancer and if you're not getting clients, then ask yourself what is wrong. Is your portfolio up to the date? Is Do you have enough branding? Do you have enough expertise? Are you talking confidently? What is it that is missing? Once you do realize what is missing, you can work on it. If you don't realize what is missing and what you're doing wrong, you are not going to be able to work on it. A lot of times in my experience, you yourself won't be capable to find out what's wrong because you're so involved in it. At this point, you have only one option, which is to invest in your business. You either get a coach for yourself or you get a course for yourself. You get something for yourself that tells you a few things that works. If you're going to try to figure out everything by yourself, let me tell you, online businesses have a very, very steep learning curve. You will make more mistakes than finding out whether or not you are doing something right. And to find out whether you're doing something right, that right strategy actually takes time. That is, at least 30 to 60 days to figure out if it's working or not. That's a lot of time to be spent on tons of strategy that you'll find online. Right. So start investing in your business. You can buy a small PDF ebook or a freelancing course or hire a coach, but get somebody who can help you and show you what works and start from there. So I'm not saying that spend outside of your budget. Just decide what is your budget, find out something that can help you within that budget. And there are a ton of good and reliable opportunities and courses and ebooks and all of that online.
Absolutely.
That's how I learned.
Investing in yourself and your business, it really works, and it's very important to do that. Okay. How were you able to establish yourself well and get featured on platforms like Business Insider or even Forbes?
So I've been doing this for 5 years. I have made a lot of friends. I know a lot of people online. I think networking got me there. Networking sort of put me in the right place at the right time and all of that. So I think that's how I got these opportunities. Over time, you need to be just consistent, keep looking. The amount of setbacks, the amount of failures that I have faced over 5 years in my freelancing and blogging is a lot. It's not like it was an easy ride. It has like steep ups and downs. So, all you need to remember is you will get there, but just keep working.
Absolutely. So you want to talk more about your academy, Mrs Daaku Academy, and the things related?
Okay, so we recently launched our online platform, that is Mrs Daaku Academy, and we launched our first online program that is called the Profit Plan. It is not just a program; it is also a coaching program. So it is a course cum coaching program, basically, where you learn everything from scratch. So it's not like any other freelancing course that you will get online, where they just teach you some bits of freelancing. Here you are going to learn right from the scratch, that is getting yourself in the right mindset to what you should be expecting, to how you should be finding your niche, all the research, how you should be using Google, or how you should be uh, selecting your competitors, analyzing them, seeing what works for them, how should you create your own strategy, how you should be landing clients and all of that. And once you have reached a certain point, the course also covers how you should grow your business and make more passive income. So that's a lot that is covered in the course. It also has a few skill based training if you are joining at a point in time where you think you don't have any skills. I say that because a lot of people think that they don't have any skills while they go through the course, they realize that they do have certain amount of skills that they can offer. So either ways, if you join the profit plan, you are going to learn how to write content, the basics of SEO, how to do social media management, how to handle Instagram and all of that. So there's a lot that you learn inside the program, and you get lifetime access to this entire course modules. And for 1 whole year, you get access to me through weekly coaching calls that we have every Thursday with our students. And then you get a lot of other perks as well. So we send out weekly job leads every Friday, where you get a lot of international leads. A lot of people have landed their first clients using those leads. You have a VIP supporting Facebook group. You can always email it to me. So my students email me a lot of things, their resumes, their portfolios, their proposals, their emails. I have, sat down with them, edited it. I've sent it back to them. We have done a lot of back and forth with their, before they send out something to their clients. I have reviewed their articles that they have written, and I love doing that for my students. So that's what you get for 1 whole year. So that's what is the profit plan. That is for somebody who wants to start freelancing and grow their business. And recently we are also going to actually I'm still working on blog coaching. So you need to follow me on Instagram to keep yourself updated on that.
Absolutely. I will drop all the related details in the description below. And
Thank you.
thank you so much. And I have been a 2K giveaway winner with Mrs. Daaku
Yes.
Academy, and I can really vouch for it. It's wonderful. The experience was really wonderful. I did a part of it, like
Oh,
related to time management, and it was awesome.
that's so wonderful to hear. It makes my day.
Thank you so much. I would actually love to listen to the story as well, how the name got Mrs. Taku Academy.
Okay, so it's not as much of a story actually. So my husband, when he started on Twitter, he was given the name Daku because he's sort of scary, people were scared of him. It's not like he's scary or anything, but people called him Daku. It came to a point in his life where, when he would sign his emails as Amit Khare, nobody would recognize him. People would be like, I don't know who's Amit Khare. And when he would sign the emails as Daku, people would actually recognize. And these are the emails I'm talking about, when he used to send sponsorship emails to people like Microsoft and SAP and all of those people did not recognize him by his name. Like nobody knew his name is Amit. People knew he's Daku.
Oh,
So, everybody used to just, everybody except for me in his friend circle calls him Daku. So when I married him, it automatically sort of people start calling me Mrs. Daku and all of that. When I started my blog, I wasn't very sure what I was going to write on. So it started as a lifestyle blog, then I changed it to a travel blog, then I changed it to something else. That's when, at the end is when I changed it to something where I am still settled on, that is online businesses. Um, so I wanted to have a name which does not speak of the niche itself. And that's when I decided to name it as Mrs. Daku Studio. And now I have fallen in love with the name. So it sort of is a brand thing.
it is so good to hear to this. It's really unique, and the story behind it is really interesting. Thank you so much, Avi, for
That's
coming here, and I'm glad you shared wonderful insights.
Thank you. Thank you, Kriti, for calling me. It was wonderful.